Welcome back, adventurers.
Travelers.
hope you had a great week. It's Thursday now, and we're giving you another story and another quest. But Ari, how did your Monday quest go?
It went really good.
Good.
Except it takes forever to do my laundry.
Yeah.
So I moved into an apartment, and it has like in the apartment laundry that was here before, we got here.
Yeah.
And it's a machine that's supposed to do both wash and dry. One machine makes it a lot more convenient. I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. And supposedly it can connect to my phone.
Oh, fancy.
I was like, wow, really high tech, fancy stuff in this nice apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And no.
Oh.
So I have had my laundry was in for 5 hours today.
Oh my gosh.
And it's still not dry.
Oh, that's the worst thing in the world, I think. It's like a bad dryer.
Yeah.
It's
so
awful.
it's so weird because it's like every load when I take it out expecting it to like be done and dry, it has like the heat on it. Like, if you like take a blow dryer to your clothes, that's literally what it feels
and it's
like.
Hot
I'm
and
like,
damp.
I can tell you tried to dry it.
You tried your best.
But you tried your best, sweetie, but it was not enough. It's because it's just damp and hot now.
And hot.
So, and even when I try to like put it on like extended time for drying, it's still just like it's like 3 hours of wash and then 2 hours of dry.
Oh man.
And I'm like, and how is it still not dry?
Right?
So I'm still doing laundry days later.
Gosh, that's awful. Yeah, that's a nightmare.
But besides that, everything else is great. Horrible.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm like, but do I want to like take all my laundry and like go to a laundromat because I usually don't have time, but because I have so much laundry from even when I moved in, it's like I'm always trying to play catch up because when I moved in, I was planning on washing all of my stuff, but I would wash one and it would take the whole day basically to get dry. Yeah. And I would have to wait another day for it. But as I'm washing alone, all of my clothes are getting dirty again.
Oh, it's so sad.
It's an endless cycle.
Yeah.
I end up getting a drying rack, but it even that just doesn't do it fast enough.
I know, yeah. And you gotta wait like days, and then they're like cold and damp.
I went to work yesterday soaked. My clothes were soaked.
That's so sad.
I was like, let me put them on as soon as I wake up so that when I take my dogs out, maybe by the time I like get in the car to work, that they won't be as wet anymore. So it's not like I'm sitting on soggy clothes. And thankfully they dried a little bit, but they were still a little damp.
Yeah, just like that barely damp feeling. Ugh,
literally torture.
Yeah, that is torture. That is bad.
How's your quest?
Well, like you said, it's an endless cycle. I'm doing my dishes is the bane of my existence.
I literally hate dishes.
I know, they're the worst things ever.
The worst chore ever.
But then I bought new groceries, so I'm like eating at home and I'm making more dishes. Like, this is a never-ending cycle.
I don't want to do these.
My nightmare. Yeah. This is bad.
Horrible.
This is bad. Yeah. But the rest of my house looks great. I'm doing some real spring cleaning. Getting rid of some more stuff, donating a lot of things that I don't use anymore. It's been very good.
Good. I have like a nice little trash bag so far of donations. I still have some like things that I feel like I should go through, but we'll see.
We got time.
Got endless amounts of time.
Endless amount of time.
Endless amount.
But not on this podcast episode.
No. Because today's Thursday, which means it is a shorter episode.
We're keeping it short and sweet. And if you remember, we're in the middle of a little bit of medieval beef. Some ancient drama.
Medieval haggis, if you will.
Some haggis, if you will. Between one friar and one summoner in the Canterbury Tales. So, Ari, you want to refresh us on what the Canterbury Tales are?
The Canterbury Tales are a series of tales where this group of people from all different kinds of backgrounds, classes, whatever, are all staying at this inn, and they all end up swapping stories throughout the night, and those are the tales that we read. They're the individual stories from the characters that are staying at this inn, written by Geoffrey Chaucer.
Yeah, Chaucer. Woo!
Chaucer!
Yeah, unless he was bad and then canceled.
Yeah, then we take that
We
back.
hate Chaucer. But
Redacted.
the Canterbury Tales is like a really fun story. And you'll see that today because this one is hilarious.
Yeah,
So,
I actually didn't. So Maggie texted me the other day when we had to postpone recording this episode, and Maggie texted me. It was like, I read the whole tale, and it's hilarious.
So funny. It's so funny.
So I didn't read any of it because I
can't wait for the
want to
surprise.
be amused.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna love it.
I want it to be a surprise.
You're gonna love it. So a refresh on the Friar's tale. The Friar is like a man of the church, and he is like not friends with the summoner. Like they have some beef, but now like they're on the road, they're telling their story, and so he's like, the summoner has no jurisdiction here, so I can say whatever I want about him. And he tells this fictional story that he definitely made up about a fake summoner in quotes because he's obviously talking about this guy that he hates. Fake summoner being duped by the devil and basically being taken to hell because he was a corrupt man in his life. And so the friar's telling this whole story like, oh, you're bad, you're corrupt, you don't do your job right, and I'm looking down upon you because I'm a man of the church. The summoner's tale is vastly different.
Oh.
The summoner, it's so great. The summoner he's kind of all of the things. Like the friar was kind of right. He's corrupt. He doesn't really care what people think about him. He has a lot of issues going on.
Solid.
He's described as like very rugged, very ugly, very, very like uncomfortable to be around.
Oh.
And the summoner hears the friar's tale that he's telling, and he's like, oh, that's how you want to talk about me? I could do you one better. And the summoner actually has multiple tales within the Canterbury Tales. He tells a bunch of stories.
And he's like, let me just keep talking.
And all of them are unbelievably ridiculous and mean to friars, of course.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so the one that we're reading is his first tale after the prologue. And the friar in the story that he's making up, in quotes, because it's obviously based on his true life nemesis.
Yeah.
He is going house to house asking people for money for the church, basically like collecting alms, like alms for the poor, alms for the poor. And he gets to this man's house named Thomas. And Thomas claimed that he had already given a bunch of money to to other friars, and it never did anything for him. And so he's like, why should I keep giving if I'm not getting anything in return? And the friar piously says, why are you not giving more money to me? Because a farthing giving to somebody else is not worth anything if it's split into 12. He specifically says, a farthing is not worth anything if split into 12. Remember that.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And so he goes on, he meets more people, and then he comes back to Thomas and asks for more money. And Thomas gets very annoyed. And so what we're going to read is kind of Thomas's response to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want to start.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we going to do the same thing before we read it all in the Old English, and then we'll go back and read it in regular?
Yeah, I like that. Okay. So do you want to read
Yes.
Okay.
Is it 21 to 36?
Yes. Yeah, that sounds right.
This psych man waxed well nigh wood for ire. He wold that Friar had been on fire with his false dismolacion.
It's a big word.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Switch thine as in my possession. Quod he that may I yive, and noon uther. Ye say me thus, how that I am your brother. What is that? Yea, Cortez, quod the friar, trusted I can tell there's already a language difference between the friar and the summoner.
Right, yeah.
It's so difficult.
Yeah.
Quoth the friar, trusteth weal. I took our letter with our seal. Now well, quoth he, and somewhat shall I yive unto your holy covent while I live. And thine thou shalt in have anon on this condition and other noon, that thou departest so, my dear brother, that every frere have also much as other. This shalt swear on thy profession, withouten fraud or cavalcon.
I swear it, quoth this frere, by my faith. And therewithal his hand in his he layeth. Lo, here my faith, in me shall be no lack. Now then, put in thine hand down my back, said this man, and grope well behind. Beneath I can't, it's so funny.
What? Why are you so good at?
Beneath my buttock there shalt thou find a thing that I have hid in private. Ah, thought this frere, that shall go with me, and down his head he launcheth into the clift in hope to find there a yift. And when this sykeman felt this frere about his tumult grope here and there, amid his hand he lit a frere a fart. There is no capel drawing in a cart that might have had leet a fart of switch a sound.
His fart on his hand.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
That is so funny.
It is so great.
Also, you are significantly better at speaking that.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so impressed.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's my Shakespeare background that helps me.
That is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
That is too funny. It
It's
definitely
so great.
feels like the summoner is just like, okay, you want to talk shit? I'll just start saying whatever I want then.
Tell a
Like,
random
even
story.
if it doesn't make sense, bro.
That just makes you look like an idiot. Yeah.
It just makes you look so stupid, and
Yeah.
no one has proof if you are or not.
Yeah. I know.
That's too
It's so
freaking funny.
Mhm.
So what happens after this part?
So basically, so the friar's like, Thomas, give me money. Like, you need to give every friar money. And so Thomas is like, okay, fine, I have a gift for you, but it's in my pants. So the friar puts his hand down his pants, and then Thomas basically like farts into his hand. And the friar is furious, of course. He's like, what on earth did you just do to me?
He said, "Oh, false churl."
Yeah. And so Thomas basically says, well, what you can do is take that fart and put it on the wheel of your wagon and and spin that wheel around as fast as you can and let all your little friars sniff it, because that's all you're gonna get from me. It's the funniest thing ever. Yeah, he's like, divide that into 12, friar. It's so great.
Owned.
Yeah, he totally owns this guy. So like
Thomas.
we were asking last week,
Oh
who's
my
gonna win
gosh.
this fight? I think the summoner
The
won.
summoner wins
By
for sure.
simply his inability to care at all.
Does not give a shit
Does
at
not
all.
care. It is so great.
Think you the shit, bitch. You're not even the fart.
This was Ice Spice's origin. Oh my gosh. It is so great.
Utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny. Yeah, imagine I thought we were gonna get another story about like being pious and being noble and holy. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, here's my little story for you. Since we're all telling stories that we obviously made up.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking like it's gonna be like a villain origin story or
Right,
something.
right.
But like I can
Mhm.
see where the friar is still the bad guy in this,
Yeah,
but the summoner is like, hey man, you're a bad guy and you're an idiot. Like
right. Yeah, he's
he's
like,
like, at least I'm not stupid.
I
Like
know. Yeah. It reminds me so
oh,
much of like that person that you don't like that you know gets mad so easily and you just make them mad just to make
like
yourself
I'm
laugh.
living rent free in your head. Like
Yeah, like
what?
you're caring so much about what I do that I can just say one little thing to you and you're gonna go off, and I think it's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, like you had the chance to tell us any kind of story to
Yeah.
all the people in this inn, and you just wanted to talk shit about me.
Right? Like here's what I can
Like,
do.
here's what I can do if you want to do
And
that.
now I got the whole party laughing. Everyone's chuckling at the end, pointing and laughing at you because you look
Stupid
stupid.
Friar, idiot.
Yeah, so the summoner obviously won, I think.
I agree. I agree.
It's so great.
This is too freaking funny.
I know,
Do
it's
you want to read it
hilarious.
real quick in English?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
In regular
In regular
English?
English, yeah. In
All
normal
right.
English.
This sick man grew well nigh mad for ire. He wished that the friar had been a fire with his false dissimulation. Dissimulation. I can't English. Such a thing as in my possession, said he, that can I give and none other. You say me thus that I am your brother. Yes, certainly, said the friar. Trust well. I gave Our Lady our letter with our seal. Well, now, said he, and something shall I give unto your holy convent while I live. And in thy hand thou shalt have it right now on this condition and none other, that thou divide it so, my dear brother, that every friar have as much as the other. This shalt swear on thy religious vows without fraud or quibbling.
I swear it, said this friar, by my faith. And therewith his hand in his he lays. Lo, have here my faith. I shall not fail to keep my word. Now then, put in thy hand down by my back, said this man, and grope well behind, beneath my buttock, where shalt thou find a thing I have hidden in private. Ah, thought his friar, that shall go with me. And down his hand he thrust to the cleft, and hoped to find there a gift. And when this sick man felt this friar about his anus grope there and here, amid his hand he lit the friar a fart. There is no horse pulling a cart that could have lit a fart of such a sound. Oh my gosh.
No. It's like, ah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it's like, but of course, why? What else?
And then I'm just thinking of like Thomas like holding this fart in
Yeah, he's like,
until
okay, I'll give something to you, but you have to promise.
the fact that like the sound is described as something like none other makes
I
it like wet fart.
know. It was a bad one.
The friar felt that on his hand.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Okay, no, okay. I'm gonna read the next line just in English because it is the funniest thing ever. Okay. The friar upstarted as does a mad lion. Ah, false churl, said he, for God's bones. This hast done on purpose for spite. Thou shalt pay for this fart if I can do so. He is just furious.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then
That's
it's so great. And then he's already promised to this guy. He made like an oath that he was gonna
Yeah.
split this gift amongst the 12 friars. So then he's like, how am I gonna split apart? It's so great.
Oh my god. I can't stop.
I don't like crying.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's too good.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. Oh man.
And that's so this is a good portion of the way through the story also.
Yeah, yeah.
Um
Oh man. Yeah.
that is so funny.
And apparently all of the other Summoner Tales are very similar.
And
They're all
it don't-
about the friars making them
almost
look
makes me want
stupid.
to read another one.
I know. They're so funny.
It's interesting too because like despite him joking about like how so very desperate the friar has to be to
Right.
beg not only this like sad or stressed couple
Mhm.
for money and whatever,
Yeah.
but he's so desperate that he's willing to literally do anything, including reach down a man's pants.
I know.
Which like probably would get your hand chopped off in that day and age.
Yeah.
Like
Also,
he's
like, what was he expecting?
Like what could have been down there?
Yeah, I do not know.
So like the summoner painting him as so desperate, but in a way that it's probably true because I'm sure Thomas has already paid a bunch of other friars,
Yeah,
and
like, I
they're
believe
all
that guy.
similarly needy and wanting money or patronage
Yeah.
to their church or their covenant or whatever. So like his story is hilarious, but I could see the truth within it.
Right. Yeah. Very interesting.
I'm trying to like focus without like it's just so
I know, it's so great.
I'm just like trying to picture this like wealthy nice off man. He opens the door and the friar's like, please sir, pay money to my church.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, sure, get in my pants.
yeah, sure. Well, Thomas tells the friar, he's like, yeah, well, I already gave a bunch of money to the church. Like, trust me, dude, I'm giving. And then the friar was basically like, I don't believe you. I didn't see you do it, so it doesn't count. And so he goes and like asks a whole bunch of other people for money. And then the friar comes back to Thomas and is like, okay, it's time to give. I gave you enough time to reconsider. Like, pay up, buddy. Enough for me and all my friar boys.
Definitely not. That is
right?
So weird.
And at that point, like, if Thomas really did his goodwill, I would have been like, okay, like, I gave you a chance to walk away. I told you the truth. Now I'm gonna fart in your hand. It's all that I can do at this point.
Oh my gosh.
It's so great. Man, Chaucer, what?
Where did this humor come from, Chaucer? Because the friar definitely did not have this.
Right, yeah.
But I will say it's nice to see how easily Chaucer can paint these characters and like build them up into real people.
Yeah.
And have them have completely different personalities. Even like as I was reading, like I said, I can tell it's both like the old medieval English, but I could tell they talk differently.
Oh yeah.
Just from reading it.
Yeah.
And so like the fact that Chaucer's able to like write that and put it that way,
I know,
like is so such a good testament to his writing.
Yeah, and like we said when we first started reading them, like his ability to write real people that are all flawed and like none of them are perfect. Because both these characters, the friar and the summoner, they're not good people. Both of them are doing terrible things, telling terrible stories about the other people.
Yeah.
But they're both just such compelling characters that you want to keep reading.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's so
absolutely.
Cool. And also, I love that fart jokes have existed since at least the 1400s, if not before then.
I know, that is so crazy. Right?
Like,
I didn't even think about it that way.
Humans never really changed. We've all been the same forever.
At all?
I don't think we did. Yeah. Have you ever seen those
Johnson
like
was making fart jokes.
writings? Have you ever seen the like old Pompeii writings and stuff that they found in caves? And it's like a bunch of old like graffiti on caves in Pompeii that's like hundreds and hundreds of years old, like before
Yeah.
ancient Greece. And they
Oh.
finally got around to like decoding them and like figuring out what they say and translating them. And it was basically like so and so was here. I heart this person.
Like
Like
stuff
my
we write
name,
up
like
bathroom
yeah, like
stalls.
Helen plus Guthinius forever, stuff like that. Yeah, basically just
That
bathroom stall writing.
it's
Yeah,
like the S that you used to write in your notebook is in there.
yeah, the same thing. Yeah.
Same vibes.
Mhm.
That
So
is so funny. And we
humans have been
still
the
do that
same.
on
Yeah,
bathroom walls.
right. We have all
Go
been
to a
the same
bar.
forever. Yeah, it's so funny.
Really haven't changed.
No, really, it's so
That
great.
is so crazy.
Yeah,
Just like
human nature pretty much stays the same. And that's why I think I like reading all these old stories so much, is because like we can find ourselves in them still, even though they're
yeah.
literally over 600 years old.
I mean,
We're still chuckling.
yeah, literally,
Yeah.
we're still laughing so hard
Hmm.
at this fart joke, essentially.
Right? Yeah,
Like, this is good
that's
content.
comedy.
That's
That's comedy.
comedy.
It's just so
And
cool.
oh my gosh,
Mhm.
that's so funny.
So good.
It's so crazy. And like it's funny to see that like down to the literary aspect of the characters too.
Hmm.
The one thing that the friar doesn't like about the summoner is that they're basically like greedy, evil, manipulative people.
Hmm.
And the summoner basically showed that friars are the exact same way.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like you're
exactly.
still greedy and manipulative, but
Hmm.
like at least I admit to what I'm doing. Like I know what I'm doing,
Right.
and you like to pretend that you're doing something good.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're both just asking for money from other people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hmm.
Because I had to double check what the job of a summoner was
Oh,
because I
yeah.
was like, I want to make sure that I
Hmm.
remember it correctly.
Yeah.
Because the summoner like brings people to the archdeacon when they've committed crimes, right?
Basically, yeah. In my mind, it's like a parole officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because there's actually that makes sense because this says they're a member of the church and an officer of the law,
Hmm.
but the summoner occasionally breaks the law to benefit himself by
Yeah,
like
like takes
taking
bribes.
money,
Yeah.
yeah, taking bribes
Hmm.
for like blessings or freedom or something,
Right. Yeah.
which sounds like a friar to me.
Right.
Except the
Yeah.
friar doesn't put them in jail. He just
Right.
harasses them
Yeah. He's like,
endlessly.
you should do it because it's the right thing to do. Give the
Just
church money.
give the church money in exchange for blessings just because you
Right.
should.
And then the summoner's like, give the church money or you're gonna go to jail. So it's basically the same thing, just a different way of going about it. And there's
I
just so
also
much
so
beef.
in the Friar's Tale too,
Hmm.
it talks about the summoner going to hell basically,
Yeah.
and how all summoners end up going to hell. And and I saw this thing that was like talking about how the in the summoner's tale,
Hmm.
he talks about how um what's it called? When he does go to hell,
Hmm.
uh the the friar ends up going to hell instead. And he
Oh
asks
yeah.
why there's no friars in hell. And an angel pulls up Satan's tail and 20,000 friars come out of his butt. So it's like
Oh my
all of the friars they're not in hell, they're in a place
god.
worse
Worse.
than hell.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the summoner wins. I'm sorry, the summoner wins.
Summoner wins.
Summoner
Have you ever
wins.
seen it's like the what's that TV show? Wildin' Out, where they, they
Yeah,
like
yeah.
roast each other. Like that's literally what it feels like right now.
Right?
Listening to the summoner
Oh my
go against the
gosh.
friar, and the
I
summoner
know.
definitely won.
Yeah, he's just so ridiculous and outlandish. If I was the friar at this point after listening to all of these stories, I would have to like leave. I'd be like,
Yeah,
okay, That's enough stories for tonight.
All right, I'm going to bed.
See you on Canterbury, I guess.
See you on Canterbury. See you later.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do my own little adventuring party.
I'm gonna find a different inn to stay in, actually.
Yeah, I would have to be done. I'd retire. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not. Horrible.
I know.
I think one of these days, I feel like we should like read another one of the Summoner's Tales, but like the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah.
And just add commentary while we read it, because I need more of this comedy in my life.
I know, it's so good. I think I might read the entire Canterbury Tales. I might try to find it at a bookstore or something.
Yeah, like a physical copy.
Great. Yeah, that has the English too, because that is incredibly helpful.
Oh, I know, the translation where it's just like line for line in the it's so convenient.
Yeah. That's what I used to do for like Shakespeare classes. I'd have like the original and then the English or like the modern English translation, and then also like Spark Notes, so that I can like pick out the major plot points, and then as I'm reading, I'm like, oh, that's that. I can understand it as I'm going.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That sounds so complicated.
Oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. I hated Shakespeare when I first started taking these classes, but then I was like, dang it, I love Shakespeare. I love it.
It's too good.
Dang it, he is a genius.
What's your favorite Shakespeare?
I love Hamlet. Very partial to Hamlet.
Okay.
Love Othello. Othello's like the saddest one, I think.
We should perform some Shakespeare.
A little Shakespeare. I have a little monologue.
I have physical copies.
Yeah, let's do it.
We could do some monologues, act it out. I think we should.
I think we should.
It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
Maybe next week.
Shakespeare. More Renaissance than medieval, but I feel like it applies.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes he writes about medieval.
Yeah, he wrote about Antony and Cleopatra. They were in the same era, kinda. Yeah.
Kinda. History. Old stuff.
It's old stuff. Who cares?
It's old stuff.
Yeah, it's like a Renaissance fair. Who cares what time period you're dressed in? As long as you're dressed up.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see if we can find like a medieval monologue.
Yeah, that'd be good. I'll do some research.
See if we can perform that.
That'd be fun. That'd be good.
Over here on the podcast.
That'd be good, yeah.
I'll dress up and everything.
Please. Probably get like a skull in my hand. To be or not to be.
Insert picture edit that I think Emma made of me in that exact picture. Yeah.
I remember that one. I saw that the other day.
I was like, I have this nice idea for a tweet, but I need the graphic to go with it. Otherwise, it's not fun. And it's a picture of Shakespeare's body holding the skull, and it's my head badly plastered onto the body.
So great. It's so great.
And I was like, to stream or not to stream?
That is
and
the question.
Thought I was hilarious.
It was great. It was great.
I was like, it's too good.
No, it's perfect. It's hilarious. We'll do that again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Anything else about the Summoner's Tale, Maggie?
Just that I love it.
I just love it.
Right.
And I will say, like, even like the Friar winning this, like, it almost feels like an epic rap battle. But it's like this roasting challenge.
And Drake. And the Friar is Drake.
Like, even though I also feel like the Friar is almost a worse person than the Summoner.
Yeah.
Like, even though they do the same things, it feels like the Friar is actually the bad guy.
Yeah, because he's trying to take a moral high ground.
Yeah.
And when in the Summoner's Tale, he's like, okay, well, this is just ridiculous, so I'm gonna make a ridiculous story up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you sound dumb.
You sound dumb right now.
Trying to say that you're better than me.
Trying to be something you're not.
When we have the same job, pretty much. So he's like, okay, whatever.
Exactly. And I could see where, like, because when we read the Friar's Tale, when we were looking up a lesson, we were like, oh, it has something to do with greed. I was like, I can see that now. I can see, like, the greed, because the Friar, I feel like, is where the greed comes out more, and the Summoner's Tale is, or the Friar's Tale about the Summoner is more like I feel like a moral or ethical tale. Like, the Summoners have no morals or ethics, while the Friars are greedy and liars. You know?
Yeah. The
same idea.
The Friar is saying Summoners are bad.
Yeah.
And the summoner is saying greed is bad, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
So
no matter how you look at it.
Right? He's like, that is a bad thing to do, but summoners aren't bad people. I get that. Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like, at least.
That's definitely what it sounds like, yeah.
So.
Okay, literary analysis.
Okay, we're so good at this.
We're pros.
We know what we're doing. But yeah, I would definitely say that, like, overall, the I guess the lesson or the moral is don't pretend to be something you're not.
Yeah. To thine own self be true.
Thine own self be true.
Shakespeare said that.
Yeah, don't be something you're not, and don't, like, I guess, like, what was it? Like, don't try to take the moral high ground if you don't even know what your own morals and ethics are.
Yeah. People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Exactly. That I was trying to think of, like, that is a perfect analogy for that. Yes. Don't throw those stones.
Because if you do, somebody's gonna fart in your hand.
And then you'll have to divide it between 12 of you.
12 of your buddies. Yeah. It's not gonna be fun.
Spin it on a wheel.
He just got so descriptive with it.
Owned.
It's so great.
I would hate to be the friar right now.
I know. Standing there, jaw on the floor.
It's Thomas in the door, like, here, put it in my pants.
Yeah, he's like, okay. And the friar's like, oh, okay, I guess. If it's money.
All right. And, like, the description of it too is like the Thomas is like, as soon as he feels the friar on his butt crack.
He's like, as soon as the friar touches his butthole, then he puts in his hand.
Fingers in butt.
I can't.
Chaucer, what the hell?
It's so funny.
Oh my
god. Chaucer is just like Seth Rogen of their time.
Chaucer's in the end, like,
oh my gosh. I'm gonna throw up. I'm crying. That was the perfect Seth Rogen laugh.
Thank you.
It's so good.
I need my fan. It's hot in here.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'm
yeah,
literally...
that was great.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Too good. Anyway, you guys should tell us if you're team Friar or team Summoner.
Please let us know.
Please.
Yeah. I desperately need to know whose side you're on.
Whose side you're on
and why.
And why.
Yes, that's important. Oh my goodness.
All right, now it's time for your quest.
Side quest of the Thursday.
Bonus quest, fart in somebody's hand.
If you dare.
If you dare.
If you can successfully pull off what this summoner just did, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
instead of
incredible.
Like YouTubers trying to prank drive-through people, they should just run around farting in people's hands.
Right. Hey, I have a present for you. It's back here.
I have a little gift.
I got a friend for you and your friends. It's back here.
Just like crop dust them, just like fart and run. A toot and go.
Toot and go. On toot and go. Toot and go.
Short and dart.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Can't breathe.
You're killing us. Oh my gosh!
Oh my god. This episode is something else, that's for sure.
It is. Whew.
I look so sickly right now because my face is so red from laughing.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh man. Yeah, that is wild. That is
Oh my-
wild.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Anyways,
Anyway, back to it.
today's quest.
Side quest. Don't-
Yeah, it's just a side quest, just for fun, silly,
Just for fun.
obviously.
Yeah. Whew.
My heart won't stop.
I know. My stomach hurts.
My chest hurts. I would say I'm gonna give you an Ari quest.
Okay, I like
And
it.
that is to write your own or come up with your best dad joke.
Ooh, I like it. That's a good one.
Original comedy, baby.
Yeah, we need some original comedy. I like it. That'll be good. And share them with us because we want to see them.
Yes. See if you can make
Obviously.
us laugh this hard.
Yeah, because we love to laugh. You know we love to laugh.
Favorite pastime.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I'm still crying. I'm still crying. We have
Yeah.
a seasonal side quest for you. Since
Yes.
it's summertime, it's hot and toasty outside, we thought that our side quest this week would be to get in some nature,
Yes.
touch some grass, plant
Find some water.
seeds, find a body of water, play around. And just
Yes.
get out there and enjoy the world. Enjoy
Mhm.
nature.
Dig your toes in the dirt.
Yeah.
Buy a plant.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Bring some nature into your house. If you want to buy a plant, that'd be good.
Yes. I saw there was this thing on TikTok a while ago. I'm sure you could find it if you look it up.
Yeah.
But people made flower bombs.
Yeah.
They went and bought their seeds for their state's local flowers or their wildflowers. And you mix them up with like potting or like gardening dirt and create like little balls of the seeds, and then you like drive around and just throw the seeds everywhere, throw the seed balls everywhere.
Oh, that's so
and
fun.
You'll have like wildflowers like growing around
love
town
that.
or like in areas that need it and stuff like that. And it's a good way to be fun, have fun, and also be environmental. But make sure you buy local wildflowers and seeds,
no invasive
please.
species.
No invasive species, no things that don't belong wherever you live, because that's how you fuck shit up.
Right. Yeah.
Also, I think you have to bleep out when I said the B word earlier. I think that's the only one that is like the B word. Buzzer.
B-word.
Just put dolphins on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those dolphins.
Yeah, I got you. My voice specifically as a dolphin, I'll put it over the cursing.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah.
I
love that. I love flower bombing. That's so cute. It's like non-malicious egging.
Yeah, exactly. It's like friendly egging.
Yeah,
and
I love that.
ends up looking beautiful if the flowers grow
and
properly.
You create something beautiful. And like wildflowers, they're pretty strong. So I feel like you can do whatever with them. People plant them by just like throwing seeds into a field. So
well, when we and Maggie were together and we were like driving through the mountains and stuff, there was like a little cliffside of just dirt. Yeah. And the flowers were popping out of the side of the cliff like this and growing upwards. I was like, how the hell are they even doing that?
Life
like,
finds a way.
The stem was literally like, whoop. I was like, I've never seen a plant grow. And it was sturdy. It was standing up straight. I was really impressed.
It was so cool. So
yeah.
Get in nature. Go find some wildflowers.
Get in nature.
Plant some wildflowers. Go dip your toes in a creek.
People say, go touch some grass.
Go touch grass. That is
go
your
ground yourself.
Yeah. Lest ye end up like the friar.
Yes. Lest ye end up with fart in thy hand.
Fart in my hand. I'm gonna start like cursing people like that. Fart in thy hand, sir.
Like, why'd you 11 like fart in your hand?
I fart in thy hand.
Fart in thy hand is so funny.
That's great. That is so great.
That's gold.
Also, the way that fart is the same word that it was in the 1400s.
Exactly the same.
Yeah, I was expecting there to be some sort of translation. No, it's just fart. It's fart.
It's just fart. Oh my god.
It's the best story ever.
What in the world?
I know.
In my head, I'm like, I know that Chaucer wrote this, but I'm genuinely thinking like the summoner really said this in the inn. Like, these are real people.
These are real people to me. To me.
Definitely said that.
This is historical. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I love this so much. And the fact that this is a acclaimed piece of literature. We read this in school.
Oh my gosh.
It's just so great. It's so good. But yes, those are your side quests for the week.
Touch some grass. Make an original dad joke.
Yes. I love it.
And fart in someone's hand.
Fart in someone's hand. If you do, please tell us, please.
And you can tell us using our hashtag My
Questing Hour
on any of our socials. We literally have everything, including Tumblr, Pinterest, Reddit, literally everything.
All of
and everything is Questing Hour HR podcast, except for Twitter/X. It is just Questing Hour.
And we'll see you here next Monday. We'll see you next one.
Insert cat meme.
And we'll see you here on Monday for another beautiful story and another side quest.
Woo! Farewell, travelers.
Farewell.